In this video, let us create a channel art for YouTube. We use Blender 3D for designing it. We also keep in mind the recommendations suggested by YouTube. Blender can not only be used for modeling and animations. These are two a part of this powerful software. Without wasting time, let us start designing. Open Blender and select General from the pop-up. Now select all the default objects by pressing A. For deleting them, press X and then select Delete. Now press 7 in your number pad to go into top view. Next, let us start adding objects to the scene. To add an object, press Shift plus A. This opens a list of options from which we can choose our objects. Search for camera in the list of options. Select it and bring the camera to our scene. To switch between camera view and normal, press 0 in your numpad. The recommended dimensions of a YouTube channel art is 2560 x 1440 pixels. It is nothing but the width and height of an image. Let's change the resolution of the camera to the same dimensions of the channel art. Switch to camera view to check whether the dimensions of camera have changed. Now let us add a background image to the scene. For that, press Shift plus A, and search for Images as Planes in the Image option. The Images as Planes is an add-on. It will not be available as a default option. To enable it, go to Edit and select Preferences. In the Add-ons option, search for Images as Planes. The add-on will appear. Select the checkbox and then click on Refresh. Close the menu and it will get updated. Now, the Images as Planes option would be available for use. Go and select it from the Add menu. It will open a window where you must select an image to be displayed as a plane. In my case, I have already downloaded an image with 2560 x 1440 pixel size. The camera couldn't be seen due to the plane hiding it. Changing its location in the Z-axis would help us to view the camera. To change locations, use the Object panel in the Inspector menu. Go to Location Z and increase the value. This can also be done by using the shortcut G plus Z. That would grab the object and move it in the Z-axis. Similarly, you can use G plus X and G plus Y for moving objects in the X and Y axis. After positioning the camera, select the image plane and scale it up to match the camera's size. The shortcut for scaling is by pressing S. We have already selected an image to be displayed. But still it isn't showing because we are in solid mode. To view the texture or image placed in an object, we need to switch to Look Dev mode. It would be available in the top right corner of the viewport. You can also match the image size with the camera by moving the image to front in the Z-axis. Let us also try that. You can download an image of your choice. Remember, downloading a low-resolution image would lack clarity when increasing the size. Let us now select a text to be displayed in the image. For that, go to the Add menu and select Text. The text is not properly visible to us because it is behind the plane. To make it visible, let us bring it to front by changing its location. Move the text in the Z-axis until it is visible. Using a very high value is not recommended. Use the exact required value. That is almost 2 meters. In the Inspector menu, go to Text Properties and let us change some of its properties. First, search for alignment and change the horizontal and vertical alignment to center. Also, increase the character spacing for a neat view. But let us first change the font. You can choose from the system fonts as well as custom fonts. The fonts should be of the extension .ttf or .otf. Increasing the extrude value would make it 3-dimensional. Also change the spacing as said before. Now select the text and press Tab to enter edit mode. Press backspace and edit the text as you want. Now, we would type our channel tagline. After editing, again press Tab to come back into object mode. Let us scale our code down so that it is visible in all devices including smartphones. It is better to avoid a text size covering the whole space. Let us apply a material to the text. A material is used to denote the physical appearance of an object. It can be steel, wood, light, or any combination of all real-world materials. We have chosen an emission shader for our text. It is a material that is glowing in nature. For the emission to glow, we need to enable the bloom option in the render panel. On doing that, the brightness of our text has increased. The strength of emission controls the amount of glow an object should exhibit. Now let us import another image as plain for our channel logo. We bring our logo to the front, adjust its size and place it at the top of our text. When S is pressed, it scales in all the axes. You can use X, Y, and Z for specific scaling in an axis. Now we have imported all our objects. Importing more objects would cause the file size to increase. Next, let us start lighting our image. For that, we switch to the rendered mode, where you see your output in real time. It is available in the top right. In the rendered mode it is not as bright as before. It is because of the world color and no lighting. Let us first change the world color. Reducing the strength to 0 makes the world black except our text. This is because of the emission material. Emissions are not affected by lighting. Let us now start adding lights to our scene. Press Shift+A and search for light. In that, select point. It is a small round light which illuminates a small area. This is the point light settings. But let us first bring the point light to front by changing its location. We start changing the light color and power to make our channel art more interesting. We use 6-point lights in total. You can see that the background color changes with change in the light color. But the text is still white due to its emission material. Adjust the light by increasing or decreasing its location and by moving it to the front or back. Let us now duplicate our point light by pressing Shift+D. The duplicated light can be viewed in the top right in list of objects. As it is already selected, move it to the top using G+Y to illuminate our logo. Now change the duplicated light's color in its properties. Also reduce its strength so that it doesn't influence the other light. This is done to ensure that our logo resembles the original color. Now we start duplicating the light and place it in all the 4 corners. As already said, we use combinations of G and X, Y or Z for positioning the lights. This is to give a versatile as well as a stylish look to the art. Next, we start to change the properties of the lights. We set its power to 100 watts in common. We give the same color to the lights in left corners and another to the one in right corners. It totally changes our image as a whole and gives a different background. We keep on doing this for all the 4-point lights. We are now done with the lighting too. Before rendering the image, let us save the file. Press Ctrl S and we save it as channelart.blend. Blender files have .blend extension. Let us just look how our image has completely changed from the original one to the one in rendered view. It is completely a different one. Now, we go to the output panel for setting the output properties. Check the resolution, and come down in search of the location. If you want to change the location where your image will get saved, you can do so. I will save in my desktop. In the file format, select PNG to store your image in PNG format. Selecting AVI or MPEG would store it in a video form. Now in the timeline, set both start and end value to 1. Leaving the end as 250 will render 250 images. This is because we render it as an animation, but store it as an image. Now let us render our image. Save the Blender file and go to Render option above in the menu. In that, select Render Animation. Though we select animation, it will be stored in PNG format due to the output settings we made. Our image will now render. The look will not be like the one we saw in our viewport. The yellow and grid outlines will go off and the image would be of high quality and crystal clarity. Now let us close Blender and view it in the image viewer so that we get to know the original output. For making it your channel art, go to your channel in YouTube, click Customize Channel and select Edit Channel Art at the top right corner. Now let us select our image from the desktop and upload it. YouTube also shows the recommended dimensions and maximum file size, which is 6 MB. It shows how our channel art would look across different devices. We concentrate more on the mobile view as it crops itself to fit in. For now, I would leave my channel art as it is. To upload yours, click select and your channel art will get uploaded. That is the end of our video. If you like the design, leave a like, and do subscribe for more videos.